What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Yards Per Fantasy. I am your host, Kevin Brumley. So I am starting off the wide receiver position. Since, wide receivers pretty deep, with flex spots. I've played in leagues with up to 4 starting receivers, not even counting flex. I'm going to be covering 10 wide receivers for my dynasty value videos, okay? So wide receiver number one that I want to cover is a guy that I'm really high on. So when you look at the stats last year, there was only 3 wide receivers in the league with at least 70 catches, over 1,100 yards, and below 25 years old. That was Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, and Courtland Sutton. Now let's put that in perspective. So Chris Godwin's wide receiver 5 in Dynasty PPR. DJ Moore is wide receiver 6. Courtland Sutton is wide receiver 16. Say it with me, guys. Value. We look at last year, and the quarterback position was kind of crazy last year in Denver. They had Flacco. They thought, Flacco was going to be the bridge guy. He ended up getting banged up. They didn't really know what they had with Drew Lock. Well, now coming into this 2020 season, they finally have the quarterback position shored up. Also, they've added Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Noah Fant going into his second year. They added Melvin Gordon. They still have Phillip Lindsay. That offense is going to be explosive this year. With that being said, I fully expect Courtland Sutton to be their wide receiver 1. They're going to try to, get Drew Lock some reps. They're going to try to push it downfield. They have too much speed, too much size to not push it down the field. The reason I love the talent around Sutton is for the simple fact that he's not going to command the double team because you can't. If you double him, you're going to be, going one-on-one with a KJ Hamler, with a Jerry Jeudy, with a Noah Fant, with Gordon coming out of the backfield. So I love the talent around him, but I still think he's going to be the go-to guy. If you look at weeks 12 through 17, when Drew Lock started, he went 4-1 in that time, and 26% of his targets went to Courtland Sutton. Now, when we start talking about, high-level receivers, you have to put the ball in the end zone. Sutton, in his 3 years at SMU, besides his redshirt year, scored 31 touchdowns in 3 seasons. We haven't seen that touchdown production yet in the NFL, but it's going to come, man. He's a 6'4 receiver with great route running, has, long end speed. He's a 4.5 guy, and he was in the 96th percentile at the combine for the 3-cone drill, which is unheard of for a wide receiver of his size. You're taking that. He's in the 96th percentile over the past 20 years at the NFL combine at wide receiver for the 3-cone drill. It's crazy. When you look at somebody like a Sutton, you see the 6'4", 220 frame. You kind of just assume he's a 50-50 guy. You're throwing up those deep balls, hoping he brings it down. But he actually ranked 12th in the NFL last year in yak yards. So, again, he can take a slant a long ways. He can take a bubble or a smoke screen a long ways. He's not just a one-trick pony. So, a pretty cool advanced analytics stat is for team air yards. Courtland Sutton led Denver last year with 43%, which actually led the NFL. So, he had the most team air yards, highest percentage of any other wide receiver in the NFL. And also, Courtland Sutton led the NFL with 8 defensive pass interferences for 150 yards. So, you're taking his stats from last year, of the 72 catches, a little over 1,100 yards. If you just add those 8 for 150, you're talking close to 80 catches, and we're talking about 1,250 yards. And that's not counting if he takes any of those into the end zone. So maybe instead of a wide receiver 16 for dynasty rankings, we're talking about him as a top 10 wide receiver. Man, I love Sutton this season. I fully expect him to do big things. And again, when we're talking about dynasty football, we're not talking about just a one-season thing. He's a young pup with skill on top of skill, with the young franchise quarterback and Drew Lock coming aboard with the talent around him. I love Courtland Sutton not only this year, but for a long time into the future. Make sure you guys drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this video, if you agree or disagree. And guys, I'm Kevin Brumley. I'm with Yards Per Fantasy. And remember, this vice is
straight cash, homie.
I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, please help us out at Yards Per Fantasy. Click the like and the subscribe button so you can check out all of our latest videos. Check out our website. It's going to be in the description. And if you like what I'm saying, continue to check out my videos. And I also have my own channel called The Sports Muse. And you can check me out on Instagram at _sports_muse, and I will see you guys next time.